Hey everybody, this is Christian from the Charles Mills Writing Center, and today we're going to be doing another review of SVO structure, but we'll also be adding adjectives and adverbs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, and yeah. So as you remember from a couple of videos ago, SVO stands for subject, verb, object, and this is our example sentence. Same one from before. That tree has apples. Now we have two nouns in here, tree and apples. But so we'll highlight this, but we'll go back for a second, highlight the nouns in the same color. But to determine which one plays the role of the subject and which one plays the role of the object, right now we're just going to go based on order, right? So subject comes first in the sentence, verb comes second, and then object comes third. We have our first one being the subject. The second one is the verb, and then the third one is the object. So we'll highlight that back in red now that we know that it's not only is it a noun, but it's an object, right? Okay, so this one, I'm going to highlight this back in yellow for a second, show that it's a noun. And remember that subjects are sometimes nouns. They're not always, but, and actually technically, I think the word that is part of the subject, like technically speaking, but we're just focusing on this for now. Because like this is a larger structure that ends up being more complicated, but so we'll just focus on this. Okay, so we're going to talk about each part of this sentence, right? We have two nouns, we have two adjectives, we have a verb, and we have an adverb. So that big tree has very small apples. Big modifies tree, small modifies apples, very modifies small, and then we have our verb, right? So that's a lot going on, but let's break it down a little bit. So tree, right, is our noun, or one of our nouns, and big is an adjective, and we know that big modifies tree because it comes right before it, right? And we know that small modifies apples because it comes right before it. And adjectives modify the nouns that come after them. Or nouns are modified by the adjectives that come before them. And very, in this instance, is an adverb that modifies the adjective small. And remember, adverbs can modify adjectives, they can modify verbs, they can modify a bunch of different things. But yeah, so that covers the different parts of the sentence. Now let's figure out which part of this sentence is the subject and which part is the object. Do the same thing, look for the verb. Here it is, has. There's our verb. So the subject is to the left, right? And it's not always directly to the left. There's going to be a bit of like every sentence is different. So it might not always be entirely clear, but it's probably somewhere to the left because, yeah. So we have our subject here, and then our object is going to be somewhere to the right of the verb, which everything else, yeah, these are not nouns or anything. These aren't parts of speech that can be the object, I guess. So we have apples here is our object. There we go. And that's it. So stay tuned for our next video. We're going to be talking about prepositions, and we'll do another review at the end where we include everything that we've talked about. So All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.